Some of the most romantic songs of all time will be performed this Friday night at the Auditorium Theater by one of the most famous recording artists of all time. That would be the legendary Johnny Mathis.
Ooh, this morning we have a preview of that show. Mathis called our studios and talked to Jennifer Johnson.
You say a name like Johnny Mathis, I don't even know where to begin. Decades and decades and decades of work. How do you, maybe I'll put the ball in your court, how do you describe Johnny Mathis in a sentence or two?
I still think of myself as a kid, you know, going to school, learning how to sing from my wonderful voice teacher. And my dad was my big instigator as far as my singing was concerned. He was a good singer, and he thought that I should start taking voice lessons if I wanted to sing. So that's kind of where my head is all the time. I'd say, you know, what did I learn? How did I learn it? How do I keep it? Yeah.
Well, it all goes back to the very beginning. And look at the results. My goodness. What am I reading here? They added it all up. And what is it, like 10 years on the top of the charts? You add up it all together. My goodness. What I didn't know, and I'm reading here for the first time, is that in 1955, you were offered a recording contract with Columbia Records. The same week, you were invited to compete in the Olympic Games trials?
Yeah, I was a high jumper and a hurdler on the track team at San Francisco State College, and I had a couple of friends of mine who went to USF who were basketball players. One was Bill Russell, quite a wonderful basketball player.
Yeah, he turned out okay.
And the other one was Casey Jones, his buddy, and I played basketball with them, and Bill and I traveled together up and down California, participating in track meets as high jumpers. And I was kind of, I kind of excelled at high jumping, but I had no idea that I could continue my athletic career because I always sang, and my dad sang, and we kind of thought, you know, hopefully something might happen with my singing. And as it happened the same week that I was to go to the trials as a high jumper, and I had to leave San Francisco and go to New York to make my first recording.
Oh my gosh! Well, something sure did happen, and 6 decades now of entertaining audiences. When you think about your body of work, I mean, you'll be coming here to the Auditorium Theater in Rochester April 24th. How do you narrow it down to what you want to perform? I'm sure fans want to hear just about every song you've ever sang. It has to be hard to narrow that down.
You never know. I think kind of, you know, what we do as singers, I think I can speak to for a lot of us, is we go a lot on emotion and how we feel, and that affects how we sing.
Next hour, Johnny Mathis is going to talk more about how he'll put together the night's set list. And Johnny Mathis, I was just looking, 79 years old. He's been doing this a long, long time.
I guessed in his 80s, I guess.
Yeah, 79 years old, almost 80 years old. So.
Yeah.